The scene opens in a peaceful, upscale neighborhood in Westfield, New Jersey. The camera pans to a newly purchased home with a sold sign. The narrator introduces the story by suggesting that the dream of home ownership can turn into a nightmare. Inside the house, John and Sarah Williams, a young couple with 2 kids, Sam, 12, and Lucy, 7, are unpacking boxes. The family looks excited and hopeful. John declares that this is their forever home, and Sarah agrees that it is perfect. As the family settles in, everything seems ideal, until an unmarked envelope arrives in their mailbox. John opens the mailbox and finds an ominous letter from someone who calls themselves the Watcher. It states that the writer's family has been watching the house for decades and warns John that the family is now its keepers. John hides the letter from Sarah to avoid alarming her. That night, John rereads the letter in the dark and hears a creak, but sees nothing when he looks out the window. Later, another letter arrives, detailing intimate knowledge of the family's movements. It mentions the children by name and observes their activities. John's hands tremble as he reads it, and his paranoia grows. He checks on the children in the backyard and tells Sarah it's just work stress when she asks what's wrong. The fear escalates when Sarah finds another letter that explicitly says they are not safe. She confronts John for not telling her about the previous letters. They contact the police, but there are no clues, no fingerprints, no sign of forced entry. Weeks pass, and the letters keep coming. John becomes obsessed, setting up security cameras and staying awake all night. Sarah feels increasingly uneasy, always looking over her shoulder. The final letter hints at a grim fate for the family and states the Watcher's intent to continue observing until they fail. John breaks down and insists they must leave immediately. On the night they decide to leave, the power goes out. John hears footsteps upstairs and instructs Sarah to take the kids and go. Armed with a flashlight and bat, John cautiously checks each room, finding nothing until he reaches the attic. The door creaks open, and he shines the flashlight into the dark space. Suddenly, the flashlight flickers out, leaving John in the dark. Outside, Sarah and the kids call for John, but he doesn't come out. Police sirens wail as they arrive at the scene. The camera zooms out from the house, showing the lights flickering back on. The narrator closes by stating that the Williams family left that night, never to return, leaving the Watcher to wait for the next family. The story ends with a title card stating that the Watcher remains unsolved to this day.